I grew up with the philosophy that sport can help you become a better person. And I want to be remembered as somebody who used their tennis to impact other people. I'll take that. These are the courts I grew up playing on. When I was a kid, my dad and I, we were looking for us or whatever. You knew we'd probably be out here on this first court.
The moment Coco Gauff signed with Rolex, the tennis world seemed to pause. Not because it caught anyone off guard, but because of how massive it felt. Deals like this aren't handed out lightly. Rolex doesn't follow trends or chase noise. It honors greatness. And now at just 21, Coco Gauff finds herself mentioned alongside icons like Roger Federer, Serena Williams, and Tiger Woods. But as soon as the news broke, the reaction took an unexpected turn. The excitement faded into an unusual quiet. While a few players shared their support, many others seemed to step back and stay out of sight. Because when someone climbs this quickly, it doesn't just motivate others, it unsettles them. So what was really going on behind the scenes of this major announcement? Is Coco's rise creating tension? Or is it a case of envy hidden behind silence?
Tell me about your ambitions in tennis.
What do you mean?
What exactly does that mean? It landed fast and made noise immediately. Coco Gauff is now officially partnered with Rolex. Not a brief appearance, not a single campaign, but a true alignment with one of the most legendary names in luxury watches. The same brand that once stood beside the grace of Roger Federer and the dominance of Serena Williams. Almost instantly, social feeds were filled with Coco's image next to that iconic crown logo. And the message underneath it all was clear. Rolex doesn't follow waves, it defines them. This wasn't just about money or exposure. It was a statement that Coco had moved beyond being a rising talent and stepped into the space of true cultural significance.
It's remarkable. She's the youngest qualifier in history, and now she's about to compete against her idol, Venus Williams.
It felt like a storybook.
Her game is so calm and so focused.
I just remember not looking at the scoreboard the entire match because I didn't want to see her name. The hardest points of the match were the match points. It felt like I was holding my breath. I don't want to be known as the girl who got closed.
Sports pages described it as the future arriving right on time. Fashion media saw it as nothing less than a crowning moment. Even casual fans who barely follow tennis could feel the weight behind it. Rolex is known for being selective about who becomes part of its legacy. And that's exactly why everything shifted. Because when a brand that measures greatness in decades chooses a 21-year-old like Coco Gauff, it forces everyone else to reflect on their own journey. But not everyone celebrated the moment the same way. And the quieter parts of the tour hinted at something deeper. When the Rolex announcement dropped, the reaction across tennis was intense. Fans rushed to social media with excitement. Reporters quickly pushed out headlines, and major brands lined up to publicly congratulate Coco.
I was 10 in this picture. It was a big deal because to tell somebody you're a national champion, they think you're legit. When I kind of made my name in the sport at Wimbledon 2019, this is one of the dresses that I wore throughout.
But beneath all the applause, something else began to surface. Silence. The kind of silence that shows up when people don't quite know what to say. And no quiet felt louder than that of Aryna Sabalenka. Usually, Aryna is everywhere, sharing training clips, celebrating victories, and showing her personality both on and off the court. But after Coco's announcement, there was nothing. No post, no reaction, not even a simple like, just complete silence. That's when fans started reading between the lines. One comment pointed it out, saying it was strange how quiet Aryna suddenly became. Another joked that maybe she was waiting for Casio to call. It sounded playful, but there was a hint of truth behind it, because everyone could feel the shift. This deal didn't just lift Coco Gauff higher. It changed the entire dynamic of power in women's tennis.
I think I just enjoyed the fact that, everything is on your racket, your terms. My first tournament that I won, I was 8. It was Little Mo in New York City. It was the first time that we felt like I could do something far in this sport.
Rolex doesn't hand out partnerships like giveaways. It selects icons, legends who reflect precision, composure, and lasting legacy. Roger Federer, Serena Williams, Tiger Woods, and now Coco Gauff. That placement carried a different weight because while Aryna Sabalenka has built her name on power and relentless intensity, Coco has shaped hers through calm under pressure and natural influence. She's the kind of presence that doesn't need to be loud to stand out. She simply exists at that level. And that quiet confidence is exactly what top brands look for. So when Coco appeared beside the signature crown, it wasn't just business. It was a message, a clear signal that the future has arrived. And for some watching from the outside, that moment hit hard, not out of disrespect, but because they understand chances like this don't come around twice. In tennis, timing defines everything. And right now, Coco Gauff's timing feels perfectly aligned. Rolex doesn't just partner with athletes, it aligns itself with legacies. Every name connected to that golden crown stands for more than just victories and titles. It represents precision, discipline, and a kind of timeless elegance that can't be bought. And that's exactly what Coco Gauff brings to the game. She isn't just another rising talent. She represents what the future of sport is meant to look like. When Rolex unveiled the campaign video, it didn't focus on luxury or status. It focused on where it all began. The first scene showed Coco standing on the same worn courts in Delray Beach, Florida, where her journey started. Her voice played over calm, steady visuals. These are the courts I grew up on. My dad and I, this is where we spent every day. That moment felt different. It wasn't scripted or polished. It felt honest, raw, and personal. Then the video shifted to her father sharing how a young Coco once said she wanted to become the greatest of all time, inspired after watching Serena Williams dominate the Australian Open.
I remember she's about 5 or 6 years old and we were watching the Australian Open. Serena wins. I remember saying, man, she's going to be the GOAT. And she said, what is the GOAT? I said, that's the greatest of all time. She's like, I want to be a GOAT. So I ran out and bought a racket. That's kind of how it all started.
That one childhood moment turned into the drive we see today. Rolex didn't just recognize a winner. They saw a journey that mirrors their own values, discipline, consistency, and growth over time. Every scene in that video felt intentional. No flashy edits, no over-the-top luxury, just something real. A young girl chasing a dream, a family that stood behind her, and a brand that knows greatness is built step by step. That's what sets Coco Gauff apart from the rest of the tour. She doesn't have to prove herself with noise. Her story speaks louder than anything else. She feels relatable, yet inspiring, grounded, yet completely self-assured. She reflects what modern excellence truly looks like. And Rolex saw that right away because to them, Coco isn't just representing a product, she represents time itself. Time spent working, believing, struggling, improving, and eventually succeeding. When you look at it that way, the partnership makes perfect sense. Coco's path and Rolex's message move in the same rhythm: precision, patience, and purpose. This wasn't just a financial deal, it was a statement. Because when Rolex chose Coco, they weren't simply adding another athlete, they were defining the next chapter. In a sport often split between power and poise, Coco brings both together, a rare mix of strength, presence, and meaning. Her partnership with Rolex sends a clear message that success today is not only about what you achieve, but how you carry yourself along the way. Think about what Rolex truly represents: heritage, precision, and timelessness. These aren't just catchy words, they are principles. And Coco Gauff has reflected those same qualities throughout her career. Her calmness under pressure, her discipline through challenges, and her ability to stay grounded while everything around her moves fast. That's more than talent, that's identity. And that's exactly what Rolex recognized. The brand could have chosen a seasoned star with a longer resume, but instead, they chose Coco because she represents something deeper than achievements alone, lasting impact. She isn't just a headline name. She's a generational presence, someone whose journey will mature with the same elegance as the timepieces she now represents. That's why this partnership carries more weight than people think. It's not just a deal, it's a reflection of what greatness looks like today. Not the loud, short-lived kind, but the steady, intentional kind that builds over time. There's also a sense of history in it. Serena Williams once changed the game with bold moves like her partnership with Puma, setting a new standard in her era. Now Coco is following a similar path in her own way, reshaping how strength and elegance come together. And while some may see it as perfect timing or good fortune, those who understand her journey know it's something else entirely. It's the result of years of dedication, belief, and a clear vision of who she is. Because Coco doesn't just represent the future of tennis. She isn't just part of the story, she is the story. And with Rolex beside her, that story just became timeless. The moment the announcement featuring Coco Gauff hit social media, the internet erupted. Within minutes, feeds were filled with clips from her new campaign. Slow motion visuals of her playing under the Florida sun, with that iconic crown logo shining in the corner. Sports outlets called it historic, lifestyle blogs labeled it inevitable, and fans did what they always do, turning admiration into entertainment. Memes spread everywhere. One image showed Aryna Sabalenka looking at her wrist with a caption joking about still waiting for her moment. Another post read that Coco's time had officially begun, and everyone else needed to catch up. Even tennis Twitter, known for its sharp honesty, joined in. One viral post said Rolex chose Coco because her moment is now, pulling in thousands of shares. It was a mix of praise and playful shade, the internet's way of saying what many were thinking but not openly expressing. Coco had clearly moved beyond just being an athlete. But behind the humor, there was something deeper, a blend of admiration and quiet envy that fans could feel. Because when someone this young lands a deal usually reserved for legends, it makes everyone else question their place. It wasn't just about the partnership itself, it was about what it represented, that she had already reached a level of influence many champions never touch. And the reaction went beyond fans. Players noticed, journalists reacted, and even celebrities outside tennis began sharing the video. In that moment, Coco wasn't just a tennis star anymore.